Vaughan's just promised me that he'll let me have the final word. Well, I think that's hilarious. It's never happened yet. So it's a first for everything. So anyway, I don't know
Yeah.
what this guy's up to.
Fair
Anyway,
enough,
Vaughan,
Max. It's right up there with checks in the mail.
so true. I've just had a call from Stuff. I've put on a webinar publicly inviting people to come along to talk about no jab, no job. What's the law require? What's employment law require? Wow, Vaughan, am I being inundated? That is really going wild. And the media are hot on the subject. So a lot of commentators that do similar work to me are up there. But I was on RNZ yesterday morning and on Magic Talk last night. And again, Stuff today just interviewed me. So again, I'm saying it's huge, this stuff. So you and I need to keep our toes right up on that one because I think it's a changing climate. The question comes down to, should the government mandate it or not? And I can't believe the Employers Association, EMA, have said they should mandate it. That is the most craziest thing. And we got 50%.
Yeah, Max, I've got 10 cents worth on that. And I think that the EMA mandating or wanting to sort of support it I'll put it into context, right? Because actually it makes sense when you think of, to put it into context, because I followed your korero in the media and absolutely agree with you if we're talking from an absolute small business perspective. Look, no jab, no job. In theory, it makes sense. And in practice, it's what someone who knows absolutely nothing about small business would say. And surprise, surprise, guess who said it? So no names mentioned, we'll move on. It's just simple, Max. Staff shortages is one of the biggest pain points facing the small business community. And right now, if we really look at it, what sort of numpty would then introduce some sort of mandate that would only serve to make that problem worse? And so from sitting out here, like you say, we're at the coalface. So I'll tell you what sort of numpty that would say that. It's one that knows nothing about small business. And so great employers will have no problem at all motivating their staff to get the 2 jabs. The vaccination problem is not among the employers or in the workforce. That's actually a rabbit hole we don't need to go down.
Let me compound the issue. Not only is there no staff out there, and the EMA have put out a notice that they're really, really concerned about it, even today, just after he did the first one. But the first one came out, and folks, I can't believe this is the managing director or the CEO of EMA saying, look, the government should mandate no jab, no job. But mate, 50% of New Zealanders, the total of New Zealanders, less than 50% are vaccinated. So that means 50% of all employees throughout New Zealand will have to be dismissed. Does that make any sense to you? Because I think Mr. EMA, I think you're going to actually violate a whole lot of your membership over that. And what's one of the silliest things I've heard said yet. Wait till at least 70% before you do that sort of thing.
And look, just to wrap up on that, because it actually indicates how many of the EMA members are probably small businesses, which is a tiny number. So in terms of that being a rabbit hole we don't want to go down, the fact is, Max, the last thing the small business community needs right now is anything to make life harder than it already is. And I'll give you a great example of a small business being proactive within the small business community and showing you how it's done. Here in Auckland, over in Mount Eden on Dominion Road, there's a printing business called Presentation Prints, and they've actually got a sign in their front window. It's safe to do business with us. We're all vaccinated and following the restrictions, which is that's the sort of thing. Be proactive, be forthcoming, and trust the small business community to take care of it. The problem is not in the small business community, so stay out of our way, please. So that's that.
Hey, Vaughan, he's always. I want you to go to that business now, Vaughan, and get some money for promoting their business. So
I'm going to get them to send a photo to us, and we'll put it up on LinkedIn or wherever, and show this is like follow the lead, and because the bottom line is that you're actually lying if it's not true, but allow small businesses to prove that they are trustworthy, and that's a real good thing. So, there we go, Max. I think we've probably left that for now. I think we'll let the rest of the community talk about it.
Please, Prime Minister, if you're going to mandate anything, put a deadline on it, like the end of November when all the vaccinations have happened. But right now, put your effort and energy into vaccinations. And more than that, 1 billion a week. Put the money in it. I want to see these streets saturated with people marching up and down, knocking on doors saying, can we put a vaccination into you now? Anyway, getting 100%. Back to it. What's the mood of the boardroom, Board?
Well, today was the annual event that NZME run, New Zealand Herald. And so the mood of the boardroom is actually a 40-page insert that covers 150 CEOs around the country, the country's finest. Actually, here it is here for those that don't get the Herald. 40 pages in there.
Country's
of
finest.
different-
That could be contested, I think.
What's that? Okay, all right. So I guess that from my perspective and a readership thing, why would you read this? I'm a small business guy. Why would I be reading it? If you're in a cushy job with a salary and your pay's dropping into your bank account every month, you'll probably find it really insightful because you're not actually the person that we're here to represent. So, there's value in it. There's a broad range of views, but the reality is, on the other hand, if you're a small business owner, don't even bother reading it. You'll fall asleep at page 3. There's nothing in it about small business. Zero, zip, nada. So what I will say about the 40 pages in The Mood of the Boardroom is that it accurately conveys the current vibe of the business community. And that's one that I would say is one of lethargy, frustration, fatigue, jaundice, exhaustion, disillusion, burnout. You can feel that flatness coming across in terms of what are the boundaries or the framework. So I'll put it into context, Max. Most Kiwis understand rugby. It's our national game. It's a game of 2 halves, 40 minutes each half, 80 minutes with clear guidelines. And it's about your team, you manage how you're going to play it from the beginning to the end, to come out with a great result. Imagine going into a game where the referee is a dude by the name of COVID, and then he's going to tell you that the game starts today, but I'm not going to tell you where halftime is or where full time is. Even the best teams would struggle to play that game and remain intense and motivated.
That's absolutely brilliant. Does that put it into context? I'd say, Vaughan, you've really nailed it there, because you imagine getting into a game when you think it goes forever, and there's no end to it. Well said. Well bloody said. Are we going to finish that?
That's my lot for Thursday.
There you are, folks. I was just about to say, I'm about to have the last word, but I mean, he interrupted me. So there you go. I didn't get the last word, but he's offering it to me, and I have nothing else better to say. But other than, look, I think the mood of the nation is that. But look, in terms of businesses, 97% of them are small businesses. 97% of all enterprises in New Zealand are small businesses. And what Vaughan's saying, those 3% just occupied 40 pages in the Herald, and there was nothing about the 97% of the others. So thanks, Vaughan, and we'll see you tomorrow, brother.
You want to make? See you tomorrow, bro.
I got the last word. Believe it, folks, the last word. This is a first.